You want to get lunch?
Shut up
I
and
feel
sit
like you
down.
must have gotten lunch. Well, Carrie actually picked it.
Is this like Greek
What's wrong with it?
Greek wedding music?
Welcome to Chick Chat Comedy Podcast. I'm your host, Patty Rossbro. I'm here with the very late Bob Dibuono, half an hour late. But I'm still grateful that you did decide to show up. Half an hour late.
Sorry.
How many times have we been late on any of your shows?
Never.
Any of your goddamn
And
burner
yet,
shows?
and the shows are always running late. That's the funny thing.
And Erik Bransteen.
Hey, how's it going?
Which I don't
was
know.
here-
I don't know a lot about Erik.
No, I don't even know.
I told you. I told you he was an idiot.
This is what he told me two things. I go, what can you tell me about Erik? Because I don't really know Erik. He goes, he's not married and doesn't have kids.
Well, here's the sad part.
That's
I've
all
known
he
Erik for
told me.
20 years. That's sad that I don't even know anything enough about him to tell you to ask questions about him.
That is what
You're like, ask him, what can I? I'm like, I don't even know him. I hardly know him myself.
I said, well, there got to be something about him. Where's he work? Does he have a cool childhood? Or does he have anything? You're like, look, just know
I'd like
that
to hear about this. Oh, wait, it's about me. All right.
You might want to leave the room for
We'll
that.
get, we'll get
We're going to go to a dark place. So.
Why not? Bob Dibuono is here, and
I see you're out of questions already.
No,
No,
I have
keep
my
the
first
focus on him.
question.
Keep the focus on
We're
him.
going to go back to you.
Oh, that's fine.
And your sad life with no women and children.
It's a happy life.
You think it's
Kidding?
happy? I think
Yeah,
it's
I think we're all pretty happy.
Yeah, your poor girlfriend, though.
By the way, she said hi.
Denise,
To you.
poor
Who?
suffering.
Oh, yeah, Denise.
Denise, who puts.
I thought you meant the black one. Yeah, Denise said hi to you. You guys have a good
Have
thing
you ever
going.
dated a black girl?
I have. Yeah.
How'd it go?
Well, that was a racist pause you just made.
No, I'm just.
There was a silence of
I
like
never
you're
saw you.
flabbergasted.
I never saw you with a black girl.
Because you don't take black girls out during the day.
Okay.
Are you an idiot?
Is this the Kevin Brennan podcast? No racism on this podcast, please.
When did you date a black girl?
When I
Not
was
the two
in
of you are going to find out about each other.
See, we're just learning.
This sounds a
That's
little
what
fake.
this is.
This
The whole
sounds like a
show
little
is
made
about.
I think he's saying it just so that he looks like he likes black people.
Yeah.
I dated a girl when I was in college.
Yes.
Who was what do you call it? A
Black.
mix. She was mixed.
A mix.
She was
Okay.
a mix.
She was half
That
white
right there
and
and
half
half
white.
Doberman.
That's
Doberman,
racist right
Puerto
there.
Rican.
Okay, she was black and.
She was black and white. Her mom was white,
Okay.
like from England, and her dad was like Haitian. So she was a mix. And then I dated a girl a couple years later. But they weren't. The one was like a relationship. The other one was just dating, like
Banging?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Come on,
no
Bob.
playing. Huh?
Come on.
The anus doesn't count. Only the vagina. You know that. The anus is a sign of violence, not a sign of affection.
Okay, can we end right now?
Yeah.
I don't want to
Show's
go.
over.
I like how you
any
call it
farther.
anus.
Yeah.
That's where it ends.
I said anus. That was clean.
Yeah.
No, I dated a couple of girls, but yeah, I've dated
You date all
types of
races.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had an ex-girlfriend that was Peruvian from Peru.
It's
Lima.
not true.
Swear to God.
Did she play the pan flute?
You never met her, did you?
I
Because
don't
that
think
was
so.
about the time we got to know each other.
What
That
was her name?
Vivian. Vivian
Wow.
was her name.
You
sounds-
make,
Yep.
What's her last name? Quick.
I'm not going to say
Forgetting
it. No, I can't say it
I don't
because
think you're telling
I got to protect her anonymity. Is that the right word?
Yeah, she doesn't want people to know she dated you. You got to protect
'Cause she's
her.
married now. She has
She's
kids and
married?
stuff. Yep.
See what
Yep.
happens to
They
the
move
women
on.
that you
They move on.
use and get rid of? They
Yep.
move and they
Keyword.
find
Patty,
intimacy.
keyword, use. Right. That's what when you use something, you get rid of it when it's old.
Okay, wait a minute.
So you're married, though.
No, I'm not.
Okay. I saw a ring.
This is
well, it's a fiancé.
welcome to our show,
It's-
Hypocrisy Now.
I am engaged for
Oh.
15 years.
Oh, congratulations.
So no, it's not really congratulations. It's like, oh, sorry, he didn't come through for you.
Right.
But
Well,
you
you
got the
guys-
ring out of it. That's all you need.
And I
right?
met her whatever you call him.
my
And
fiance.
Comic?
Well,
No, not at all.
no therapist. He's more like a therapist.
He
He's a
is like my
very
therapist.
sweet guy. And does he want to get married or you
Not
don't?
really.
Okay, so you're both happy where it is.
No, I'm not happy.
Oh,
I
you
want to
wanna
get
get
married. I
married.
do want to get married.
So it's more him that's not.
that is correct.
But you live together, though.
Yes.
So it's it's just a piece of paper, really. At this
That's
point.
what all guys say. But here, as a woman, what I am saying to you, when the guy owns the house and the
his
cars
house?
and the money and everything, and you're the girlfriend, if he dies,
You get nothing.
I have not only do I have nothing. Even
Right.
if it were to go to me, I have to pay taxes. I would be so fucked.
So
But
for
isn't
you,
it like-
you want to get married for the monetary reasons. I haven't heard one thing because I really want to be with him.
No.
I want to solidify our love. None of that. Just if I die,
No,
or he dies,
if he died,
I got no money.
And also my kids. You know, what if he and I are in a plane and it explodes?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
What about your ex-husband?
What, my ex-husband? He has zero money. He has less than zero money.
Hmm.
So maybe my kids would like a house if he and I die together.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Okay.
That's-
But now you're a good-looking man.
Ah,
You are also. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, a lot of girls like Eric.
He's cute. He's
Yeah,
very
I appreciate-
cute.
He's aging very well.
And when I heard that you had been in comedy 20 years, I'm looking for a guy. We were looking for an older
Did
guy.
I say 20
Yeah.
years?
No,
I think
not
you're
really.
confusing your 20 questions with how many years. I
No,
just said Eric's
a
been
while.
doing it a
How
while.
many years?
I would say maybe.
Not 18.
Yeah,
Well, we've been-
18.
I've
All
been
right,
doing it 18 or 19.
But I stopped for a while. That was the thing. I stopped for a good 4 or 5
That's always
years.
what they say when
Yeah.
they've been doing it. I stopped
No, I
too.
did. Yeah, I think it hurt me a lot.
It hurt me a lot. I had kids and then,
Yeah.
came back fat and old.
Look, Patty's
But-
daughter she's in the cellar right now.
Yeah.
Her daughter's working
Let me
the
tell
cellar.
you, my daughter will
Her-
get in the cellar before
daughter's-
it's over for me
She
in the
a comic?
cellar. Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's very funny.
She's funny.
She
Okay.
does your shows? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he won't because she's got to bring 6 people.
First of
Here's
all,
the thing
it's
that
a
you gotta
pro
understand
show,
about
folks.
Bob.
Let's
Here, let me
acknowledge it.
explain
Not a
this.
bringer, a pro show. That's why you're on it. It's 6 headliners, not a bringer.
Why are you so sweaty?
Because I ran here.
Holy
Can't
shit,
throw her
I'm
guest spot?
touching you and
I'm
it's
so
like,
hot.
oh
Doesn't
my
smell.
God.
It doesn't smell.
Okay, it
You
doesn't
throw her a
smell.
guest spot, no?
Yeah.
That's what I said. Listen, my
Her
daughter's
daughter's
doing
never asked to do this
No,
show.
no, I asked for my daughter, and what did you say?
Look, let me-
You go, she has to bring 6 people. My friend.
I didn't say that. I said per the club. I don't deal with it. Look, I'm going to state this out there for comics who do shows.
He's getting angry
No,
now.
I got to clarify it because there's a huge
Go ahead.
stigma in the city.
Stigma.
When I first started doing stand-up, and Eric and all
Yes.
of us, that's
Yeah.
the only way to get on stage was either bar shows, open mics, or bringer shows.
Yes.
When I first started, I remember the guy Tim Davis. You remember him? In
I love
stand-up
Tim
New York?
Davis, yes.
So he was like, "You should do a show here," and I was like, "Yeah, I'd love to do my own show." So my first show was me and this guy John Batesell, who was a good friend of mine, and we put on all of our favorite comedians, all of them, like Voss and Norton. It
Wait,
was
do
just-
your voice very quickly.
Okay, show, loosen up, okay? First of all, Dibuono, don't talk to me. You're a D-level comic, okay? You have 2 impressions, me and an orange failure.
Wait, can I just say one thing? My
Yeah.
other favorite thing about then I'll
What?
let you go back to your story.
Yeah.
Your Rich Voss impression is whenever you do Rich Voss and you're talking, you look up there because Rich Voss never looks you in the eye when
No,
he's
he doesn't.
talking to
No,
you.
he's afraid
he
of
goes
people.
to your forehead, and you always
Yeah.
do the eye thing to the
Right.
forehead. And that's the best part of the impression. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
No, so I
explain.
remember the first show I ever did, we had like 8 pros on, it was me and my friend John. And then there were 2 people in the audience. And then the guy, Tim Davis, was like, "You can't have a show and not bring anyone in because we're not making any money." So I was like, "Oh, shit." So he was like, so we were like, okay, we got to put our friends on, like me and other guys that were on our level, like probably Eric at the time, but he didn't. I don't remember him, but we were new, and that's how you did it. And that's like there's 2 types of shows in the city. There's shows that are quote unquote bringer shows where it's all amateurs, and the shows you've done them. They're horrible. I do them now. They asked me
Yeah.
to perform on them, and it's like
And after 30 comics.
30 comics. The crowd's
Nobody
in
gives a shit
right.
anymore.
So that was horrible. So then, yeah, the crowds are miserable. So then we were forced to have to get people in. So between me and John, we couldn't bring 50 people.
So you're saying you invented the bringer show?
I'm
No,
almost
I
wondering if
didn't
you did.
invent anything.
I don't remember a bringer show
No,
before you.
no. Yeah, Andy Angle.
Oh, those were bringer shows?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Andy
So-
Angle, they all had shows like that. But my show was a pro show. We didn't have all amateurs. There was 6. You are a pro, right? You've done it. 6 headliners on every
How many
show.
people did you have to bring?
She had to bring 25.
Well, so if my daughter wants to do your show, 6 people, right?
Well,
How about 3?
So a lot of people don't understand out there, and this is
Go
because
ahead.
comics are dumb.
Okay.
But when you do a show at a bar,
Yes.
they don't care how many people you pull in, right? Because they're already making money in the restaurant or the bar.
Yes.
And they have a back room. They're like,
Okay.
you bring in 5 people,
All
who
right.
cares? But if you do a show at a major comedy club,
Yes.
Comic Strip, Dangerfield, Stand Up New York, any of these places,
Yes.
then they only make money by people
Of
paying
course.
to get in,
I
right?
understand
So that's why if you're going to produce a show at a club, you got to fill the room.
I understand
And
that.
comics that shit on the bringer shows,
Yeah.
not you, but I'm like
Who
in
says
general.
I'm shitting on the
no, I'm
bringer
not saying
show?
you.
I'm
That's the only
I'm-
shows you perform on.
No, no.
If,
Let me tell you something. I'm not shitting on the Bringer
saying,
Show. I'm just asking.
I should have said that as Voss.
Can you
That's
slip?
the only show you should perform on. So why would you shit on it when that's your schedule? Okay, look at the website. Okay.
You know what's sad?
Every time I make
People who
money, I'm
don't
gonna
know
do
who
Voss.
Voss is.
I can't believe you didn't go to that roast. That you weren't
I
around.
was away.
Yeah.
That you did
I was
the
in
best.
Vegas.
And your Voss is very similar to
He doesn't like me doing it. He
Similar-
feels like
why?
it because I think he's like. He always. I think it makes him feel self-conscious or something. I don't know.
Well, it's a horrible voice,
Yeah,
and
it's not really flattering.
But your dad is very similar to Voss.
No,
Do
my
your dad-
father talks like this.
Joe Pesci?
You know, can I say something to you without hurting your feelings? Sure, Dad. You see that mole on your nose? Well, you should move it because it's an eyesore. What do you mean? Well, I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but number one, it could be cancerous. Number one. Number two, it's an eyesore, which means when people are talking to you, they can't really. It's kind of a distraction. I mean, I haven't heard a word you said in 3 years.
You know, like about Erik, he doesn't laugh at any of your shit.
No, because he's heard the
You
shit.
bring him with you, and he doesn't laugh
I
at your
laugh at
shit.
him.
He doesn't laugh. He's heard the shit for years. And he's being
And
competitive.
may I say that I have met your father, and that is exactly what he's like.
Yeah, you did meet him? Oh, you did. That's
Yeah,
right.
you did.
You did.
He's hilarious. He's
He
just
is
like
funny.
that. You're back
He
from.
talks very slow, my dad.
He
Yeah.
does.
Well, unlike Voss, I don't think my Voss and my dad impression are the same. They're totally different. Voss is right here, okay?
Yeah.
And my father is right here. He's a little higher, and he talks much slower, and every word is emphasized as if you're a complete idiot when you're listening to him.
What's a shame is if this is on iTunes, they're not going to. The facial expression
Yeah, they won't
is really
appreciate
part
it.
of it. Yeah, yeah.
My dad's a jerk. My dad, no, he's a great guy. My dad was dating a woman. He's awesome, but he was dating a woman, and this is how he says some horrible things.
What does he say about the
one
woman?
time he goes, Carol Ann, she hasn't gotten me a birthday gift yet. Do you realize that? I said, well, Dad, didn't her dad just pass away? I mean, she's like in mourning. Ready for this? He goes, that was 2 weeks ago. I mean, yeah, he got a little downtime. I'm just saying. And that's how my dad is. That's all. These are all true stories.
I love that about
It
your
was
father.
2 weeks ago.
Your father's
Who
out of his
says
mind.
that?
Your parents both Italian?
No, my dad's Italian, and my mother is an alcoholic.
Now, your
My
mother's
mother's
probably
listening right now. She's gonna flip
because-
out.
Yeah,
No, my
Kathy,
mom.
Kathy.
His
You
mother's
talked
great.
to my mother on the phone, and he's met my
Yeah,
mom.
she's great.
She
And my
loves you
mom-
no matter what, which I don't
She does.
understand.
She likes other
I wish-
people's posts, too.
I know she does. She's very
She's
supportive.
very
of
big on
everybody.
Facebook. Anytime you even if you have a post, well, now you get a million you get a million likes. But back in the day, maybe you didn't get
Last
as many.
week, Patty.
And
Last Thursday.
there might be 3 likes. It's always your mother was right on the top. Your mother likes every damn thing you say and do.
She does. She's very supportive.
You're like a
I think
mama's
lot
boy.
No, well, I am. I guess I am because she is very supportive because she's been there from the beginning when I first. She was the one who pushed me into doing this
What do you mean?
because she was like, you know what, you have a job, you're making $180,000 a year.
Oh, that's right. You used
Why
to make
don't
a lot
you
of money.
destroy your life? And I was like, what do you mean?
used to be
She goes,
successful.
why don't you actually try to become a struggling artist and then try to start a comedy like when you're already too old? And then beat your head against the wall for the next 18 years and end up doing a podcast with
For
an
no
angry
money.
woman going through her menopause. And then I was like, you're right,
I already
Mom,
went
I
through
should. And fast forward to
You really-
now.
You really made that much in your old
My
job?
last,
That
well,
must
I
have
had
been-
a sales
That must have been
job.
tough to
Yeah,
leave.
I had
Why
a sales
would you leave
job.
that though? Are you
Because
For the fame.
First of all, and I don't say that number because I'm like, oh, I'm a big shot.
Come on.
I struggled. I had no money for years. I was broke for years and years and years and
Yes.
years and years. And I was in advertising when I got out of school, and advertising there's no money in it until you're in it for like 10 or 15 years. And then I was like, I got to go into sales. And I was waitering at I quit my job. I was waitering at Caroline's.
You were?
Yeah. I was
That's
waitering.
sad.
Very sad. Then I was walking around doing sketch comedy, dressed as Ralph Cramden and Bill Clinton while people were eating.
Did you have a girlfriend then?
Yeah, Vivian.
Oh,
the Peruvian.
Did the Peruvian go, fuck this?
She didn't speak English. She didn't say fuck this.
But
She's
she
just like,
left
I
you. She left you, let's be honest.
No, we broke up. We just then I say, and then a
Tell me
friend
how
of mine.
girls think.
This is amazing, and this the moral of this because there's little morals in everything I talk about. The little
Write this
moral
down,
of
Erik.
this is everybody is that it's all about connection. Like relationships are everything. We all know that in business and life. And I had a guy that I worked with when I was at this horrible advertising job, and he used to come in. His name was Barry Kula, who I hope if he listens.
Barry Kula?
Kula. Yeah,
Okay.
another Jew.
He's one of our fans.
Pick up on it. So he was he was like the best guy I ever worked for, because how many times do you ever work for a boss who like actually like sees your talents and lets you shine without micromanaging you or controlling you or feeling threatened by your talents? This guy came in at Caroline's one night, and he had known me from the advertising world. He goes, what are you doing? I go, I'm working here. I'm a doorman like 2 days a week, and I waiter the other days. He goes, dude, why don't you come work for me? I'm working in sales. I sell the billboards in Times Square. I go, Barry, I'm really kind of done with doing the corporate thing. It doesn't work for me. I just can't. He goes, every job I've had, I hated. He goes, no, look, Bob, you're so funny, you're talented, you have a great personality, you're just a built salesman. It's in you, it's in your DNA. Come work, give it 4 months. If you don't like it, quit if you don't like it. Just come for 4 months, try it out.
And
I went in, I was like, all right, Barry, I'll do it, you know. And I had no confidence, and he instilled all this confidence in me. I went 4 years. I was there for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
And he was the best guy ever. And to this day, there are people along the way.
Think about going back. Be honest.
No, well, I just left him a message, by the way.
That's why you're
I'm
late.
redoing my resume. I was just at Kinko's.
But I heard stories about you when you were working with
Yeah.
Joey D. And
Yeah,
you said that
Joey
you
What
D.
would
story with Joey D?
Don't bring him
You-
up.
Bring him up.
I'm kidding.
No, but he would like
yeah.
leave messages.
Wait, who's
for-
Joey D? Oh, Joey D. I know, in the comic.
Yeah, but he used to work in an ad agency.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and that's how they knew each other.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he said that Bob would leave like long messages on his
Kind of like I do now.
on his voicemail, and Joey D was like a media buyer. So he bought
Yeah.
from Bob just because he was funny. He said.
Really?
I used to leave ridiculous impressions on people's, call people.
And then they would buy shit from you.
Yeah,
after that?
yeah, because they would think it was a real celebrity. They like pick up a message.
do you
They go to
mean?
the
What kind of
bathroom and they
celebrity
come
do
back to their desk and it's like, hey, it's Norm Macdonald there, man, man, you ought to buy a billboard in Times Square there, man, $50,000 a month there, and have your whole face on there, man, with your client there.
Was this on the voicemail
That's
too?
added value. Beep. And then they'd be like, who's the fucking... And they call the number back. Where's Norm? And then I have to stay in the character the whole day. Man, I'll get you. Make good there. Man.
But then you leave the money again.
So I was making good... But the moral of that one was that
Yes.
people along the way... it's amazing that everyone in your life has an effect on you, good or bad. And they shape you. And Barry was one of the very...
A shaper.
He was there. Yeah, he helped shape me. Like, he was a guy that... At a time in my life when I was very low, he infused a lot of confidence in me and helped build me up.
Where is he
So,
now?
He's dead. Killed himself. Committed
Did you ever
suicide.
call him? You ever invite him over to the house?
No,
He meant a lot to you, but
He's a very busy guy. He's very successful. Is he?
Okay.
And we talk a lot on Facebook. And
maybe he can get me a job in sales. Wouldn't I be good?
You'd be
Sales?
fantastic.
I just don't know how you could find it be funny at a job like that, because I've had jobs like that in the past.
What kind of job have you had?
I was in advertising too.
You were?
Yeah, I did some even some sales and stuff.
Did
like
you make
that.
money?
Not like him, because I was just miserable. I couldn't turn it off. I was just miserable being in there the whole day.
Really?
You know? And I couldn't. I mean, I wish I could be funny, but I was just like, why am I here the whole time? You know.
You had a shit attitude.
I was a clock watcher. I was just waiting.
my
waiting.
God.
Weren't you? But you were miserable too at your
I was
job.
very miserable, yeah. I put
You had
on
that
the
joke
act.
about it's a great joke about being in the bathroom just to escape.
Oh yeah. That was like my job. I worked for a lawyer, and I was a clock. Like the clock was there, and it would just be like every five. And I would just be like Fishbone Oliveri, Rosenholz Bideo, Fishbone Oliveri, Larry, Rosenholz Bideo, all fucking day long till 5 o'clock. And like it would be like it's not even lunchtime yet, and I would just be like, oh god. And there was nothing to do. You didn't have like
By the way,
computers back then.
I hated. Were you in the answering girl or whatever?
Yes.
You were. We had the worst girl ever.
Really?
Her name was I forgot her name, but people would call up and all she'd be like Clear Channel Spectacolor, can I help you? And they would go, hey, it's Bob Dibuono. I'm looking for Bob Dibuono. And she'd go, oh, who is it? Bill Schneider, right? And then she'd call me and she's like, beep, my phone would ring. I'm like, Bob speaking. She's like, you have a phone call? I'm like, yeah. Who is it? Mr. Demetrius? Like, not even close.
Yeah.
Like, never accurate.
It's a hard job.
Yeah.
You got
Fucking
like
idiot.
all these lines going at the same time.
Yeah.
Plus, you have to lie. I had to lie
Yeah,
for
yeah.
David Rosenholz. I'm in a meeting. I'm in a meeting.
How many years did you do that?
Well, one, and then I walked out. I just
You
walked
walked
out.
out?
I fucking left. It was
Good.
beautiful.
It was empowering.
I started smoking. I quit smoking regular cigarettes, but I started smoking cigarettes just at my job, just because I wanted to get out.
But wait,
you know,
could you smoke in the job, at the job?
No, but you'd have to go outside.
Oh, yeah.
But it was just an excuse to go outside where no one would say anything.
To get rid of the tension.
So I just started smoking more.
Back when I worked there, you could actually smoke in the office because there was a woman who had a long.
Yeah.
She had a limp. She had I don't know what was up with her, but she had a long thing, and she'd go when she talked. I don't know. Anyway, she was weird, and she was always half an hour late. You can relate to the story. Yeah, and she would come into the front and she'd go, oh, and she'd always give me some excuse. The train was but it was every day. And I'm like, Joan, it's okay. You don't have to explain it. Everyone knew Joan was going to be half an hour late. You know, okay, he's getting upset when I'm talking about Joan being late.
Sorry, it wasn't about me.
When did smoking cigarettes end in comedy clubs in New York? What year was that?
I don't know, but I would have cancer right now.
Let me tie it all up in a nice little bow.
It's going to be mean.
When I was in advertising, I worked. The client I worked at, okay, when I was living in Boston. I came here. My first advertising job was Young and Rubicam, which is a huge.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's good.
Multifaceted agency, and the account I worked on was Philip Morris, and our job.
You feel bad of killing all those people.
You killed a few people.
Yeah, and I felt, our part of the advertising campaign was we did all the planning for Parliament. The cigarette parliament.
Right.
Remember those
cigarettes?
cigarettes?
Even around anymore? My dad used to smoke those.
Yeah, you remember all the advertising used to be people like on a Greek villa overlooking an ocean. It was always them smoking. It's always the same shit.
That's the cigarette they said had glass in the filter or something like that.
Really?
It was supposed to be extra dangerous for some reason.
Really?
Probably. And then we did the corporate campaign, which was anytime anyone came out and shit on Philip Morris, we would defend them.
Oh.
This is right when the movie The Insider came out and all the nicotine levels were being spiked. And they got caught spiking.
Really?
So my first job, I was working literally 15 hours a day, commuting from Danbury, Connecticut to come down to Young and Rubicam. And it was the worst job. It was the most pressure job ever in my life.
And you're defending.
Yeah, and I was like, I felt so dirty. So I'm like, it's my first job, and I'm working.
What were
for
you saying?
Evil,
How are you
evil
defending
people? Well, they would call up and say it was in the news. Philip Morris indicted or alleged that they are spiking nicotine levels. They found it in all their a lot of their transcripts that they were actually purposely trying to get people.
I saw that movie.
So then R.J. Reynolds. So then they would come down. The account executive would call us and go, okay, they just had an article come out in the paper today. Tomorrow we have to defend ourselves. Tomorrow
so you got to write an article.
No, not write it. We have to be in 200 newspapers tomorrow. You need to take a budget out on an Excel sheet, all the newspapers and all the magazines that we have to be in tomorrow. So
and what would the thing say when you were in the newspaper the next day?
It would be a defense. Like, we have Philip Morris, would never, it would just be
Well, I know one, they actually tried to smear that guy, the one who, what's his name, played in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Crowe.
They smeared him.
They tried to smear Al Pacino.
And how would that sound?
Yes. They tried to screw me.
Thank you, Eric.
How to getting work. Eric set me up. Oh, this guy, yes. This fucking guy.
My ex-husband, when I was married to him and our kid was little, he got a job on one of these ad places, and he did ads for Camel cigarettes. And here's what's really evil.
That was R.J. Reynolds, I think.
Okay, and he would write things, but here's the worst part.
Copy.
They were
copy. Who's a copywriter?
Yeah, and what they were doing was trying to get children. That's why it was a cartoon.
Yeah.
The Camel was a cartoon because they needed to get you. Cigarettes have to be. They say that when you start at 16 or whatever, that's what you're going to smoke the rest of your life.
That's what
they just want the young smokers.
They wanted the young smokers. They do fucking. It was like so evil, and then Erik finally quit too. He was like, I feel terrible.
Yeah.
It's just,
and they all same thing with the credit card companies. They would go after your kids in college.
Yeah.
And you would get
free credit cards,
free keychain, free this, free
and
that,
they
frisbees,
and
then they give you like a $1,000 balance, and then no kid has money in college.
Right.
And then what happens, right? You end up going in debt, like I did. I ruined my credit.
I ruined my credit too.
Like $8,000.
And every time I would owe money, they would like lift my thing, so it would be like now it's $2,000. I'm like, oh, phew, now I can. But every time you pay off, it was then you would never get to pay off the thing because the other thing, I can't think of words. Well, I would be paying the down payment, but it would be just covering my.
You're paying your like monthly.
But my what is it? A stipend.
Your down payment.
What is it called? My bill. That's it. Yeah. And the interest. I remember calling up. I go, I just put $400 down last month.
Right.
And
but
she
you
goes,
owed another.
They go, but that was
15%.
your interest was $400, and that's when I was like, fuck
Can't
this.
get out. But
I'm done.
It's a hole. It's on purpose.
They don't want you to pay your bill.
They
off,
don't want you to pay. I pay my bill now every month. I pay everything.
Right.
Because I don't want to pay $1. And they're evil. And
Yeah,
that's
they
how
are.
the cigarette
They're bad.
companies work. So that's when I worked for them. They were under the government was asking for all these reparations for the money they owed millions. They paid millions of dollars because they owed all this money.
Who, the cigarette people?
Yeah,
Oh,
all the
that was the
companies.
lawsuits,
RJ
yeah.
Reynolds.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, that was my first job, and I was literally I'd go in at 9 in the morning and I'd be working till 10 o'clock at night,
That
and then
blows.
go 2 hours back to Connecticut.
That blows.
The
But-
Camel. I just want to. Who worked for Camel again?
My ex-husband.
Oh, okay. Because I always wanted to. Remember they said that his face looked like a penis
Yes.
or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that?
A lot.
So-
They were trying to get.
Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ!
He got nervous
Sorry.
on penis.
He said gay, and I got nervous. I thought he was outing me.
Spilled a load of water on you.
No, I was going to say
Premature.
it
But
did
yeah,
look
I
like
think
a
they
penis.
were
the
trying to
camel.
make
Yes,
it like a
it's
dick
true.
camel
Is
cartoon.
that why
But why
your
would-
husband worked for them?
I don't know. Why would that sell more cigarettes?
But because guys
It's
love dicks.
subliminal.
Yeah.
Look,
They used to do that.
subliminal. Who's the one who can't talk now? No, because you ever notice with deodorant cans or
Yeah.
deodorant, what do you
Yeah.
call them? Not
For lipstick.
Chuck?
How about
I'm-
lipstick? It looks like a cock.
They make it look like a penis.
Yeah,
the
everything's
deodorant.
phallic.
So they
Yeah.
guys like that because they're used to holding it in their hand and they want
True.
something.
They used to do
they
that
can-
with ice. If you remember the old ads, if you look in the ad at the ice, if you look at the ice in the glass a certain way, it's
Looks like a
sublim-
penis?
I think you're looking at
No,
it.
no,
You're
that,
making this up.
look,
I think he's seeing dicks
frankly,
in
everything I look at is a cock.
Gay. By the way, speaking of gay, I didn't say that you're not gay. That Adam Hineker is here today. Adam, feel free to jump in at any
Yeah.
point. Like
Yeah,
we're
please.
he's
We're on dicks now. Join in.
we're on dicks.
Yeah.
Any comments on dicks or Camel cigarettes? Were you a teen smoker? Yeah. You were a teen smoker. What did you smoke?
I actually smoked Camels.
You smoked
Yeah,
Camels?
Camel Light.
Oh fuck! I think my ex-husband possibly
Started out, I think, Marlboro Lights, but they're too papery.
Oh yeah,
and
my mother
then
smoked those.
Camel.
And why
Camels
the
are more,
Camel?
I don't know, more tobacco-y.
And then what'd you go from there? Or that
Stopped.
was it? You
Yeah,
stopped?
Heroin.
Well, no, what, 17 to 22.
Did you
23.
do those?
Drugs?
What are those things that all you millennials
No,
do
no.
with the metal? What are those?
Vapes.
I'm
Fucking
like,
vapes.
I'm barely a millennial. I'm a little old to be.
Yeah, you kinda
I just
look like
turned
one now.
36, so I'm
All
not,
right. Well, I
like-
guess you're okay.
But, fuck, I don't remember.
But
Oh, I
you-
thought you were going to say, did I vape?
Yeah.
That's
No.
Eric vapes.
Yeah.
Do you,
vape? Oh, look, you're making fun of it.
It's more, no, but it's
No,
more.
it's douchey.
And our
It's
guest-
douchey. It's douchey.
Wait a minute. Why is your vape so skinny?
This is just like an e-cig, but it's the same thing, really.
Hold
Why
it up
can't you
for our
just stop?
camera. I
It's
Why
wanna
do you
better
see
have to
it.
even do it?
I don't know.
It's better
I'm
than
addicted.
dying. I mean, if you're.
Because
Well, I don't
her
even-
ex-husband hooked me. and
But
I'm
I heard
screwed.
there's stuff in that and then the
It's
vapes,
bad.
too.
They
Oh,
act
yeah.
like there's nothing wrong with it, but you know there is.
It is.
Oh, definitely.
Look,
It's-
if you can't, it's like you can't stop. I mean, you just got to quit cold turkey. Give it up
I
altogether.
know. What flavor?
This is just regular flavor.
Oh, thank God.
Right,
Okay,
and
that's
if it's
not
flavored,
as
that
girly.
means there's artificial shit in there to make it.
They do the.
taste
How about
like
the
it.
people do the banana daiquiri whatever ones? That's
yeah.
like
Those are pretty
ridiculous.
good.
men who do
My
that.
friend had to have a cheesecake one. My friend ate it. Fucking ate. He ate two of them. Fucking idiot.
That's hard. Wait, speaking of which, I keep touching you. Is that all right?
Yeah.
You're very
Oh,
warm
my.
and hot
Yeah.
still, even though I
Look
Look
at
at
this.
my
There's a lot
pants.
of it's a little
I keep
sexual
warming
tension
up
over here.
my hands on you. This is what I do with my fiance when I go to sleep. I put my
You are
freezing
very
cold hands
freezing
on
right
him.
now.
Yeah.
My
Okay,
God.
here's what I need to know.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that you went on the road with
Yeah.
black rappers and stayed in a bus,
Yeah.
sleeping with black rappers.
Yeah.
Why are you saying
So-
black rappers?
Yeah,
Well,
don't you be-
there are white rappers.
Can you be a little bit more politically correct and say the word coon and stop saying
Stop it.
black?
Okay, stop. Because I have black
Yeah,
friends
you want to
who
get hired
listen.
again, so you better.
Yes. How was that? Now, who's the guy? I don't even know the guy. He's some big,
You
wheel,
know,
big cheese.
with all.
MC Hammer.
Yeah,
See,
it's the Gap Band. You dropped a bomb on me.
I don't even know what that is.
Remember the Gap Band?
No.
You remember them? They were like, yeah.
Well, I'm too old.
You
for
dropped a bomb on me. That was the
it. I
name
know
of the big
Barry
song.
White and
Oh man.
somebody Lionel Richie.
My girlfriend just went to see him.
She did Lionel Richie.
Last like 2 weeks ago. Him and Mariah Carey.
What do you mean she went? You must.
She
have gone
went with her
her
mother. I didn't go with her. Are you nuts? Lionel Richie? My God.
I made
if I
my-
want to sleep, I can do that at home.
I made my
I got a
fiance
bed.
come with me to Tom Jones.
I would have gone.
That's fun, I think.
That was actually really
That's
fun.
like a girl's thing to go see Lionel. She goes to see Barry Manilow.
She does. Oh, Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
It's a little much.
He came out of the closet finally.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that was-
he needed to. It's like the closet door's been open. He just had to walk through it. We all knew he was gay.
The makeup and the
My
wig
God.
and the hairline.
My
and the
God.
whole,
Time in New England. You by the bay.
I don't
We
even
started
know.
a story.
Is that one of his songs?
Yeah.
I like the
favorite
one.
song.
Her name was Lola.
Yeah.
She was a show. That's
Don't ever do
that.
that.
Is,
Move again.
that
whatever
is
you
the
just did.
gayest. That is
No,
what
what
my
you did was a gay move.
that
You
is what
danced
my
with-
my daughter said that to me once. My younger daughter, I was like dancing to something, and she goes, "Never, ever do that in public when I'm with you."
Yeah.
So that just reminded me. But tell us about the black rappers who just happen to be black.
I think you could just say rapper.
The
You just say
rappers.
rapper.
Right, there
You're being
are
redundant.
other rappers
Rappers.
of all different
there are
ethnicities.
white rappers,
Yeah.
but here's the thing: it's not
Well, the
like
Beastie Boys are
But
no
just say
longer.
rappers, though.
it's
You
not
say
like
rappers.
I can see you on a
Hip-hop.
bus with the
Hip-hop.
Beastie Boys.
Rappers is not really the right word. Hip hop.
It's hip-hop?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me the name of
Yeah.
the guy who
YG for
YG
Young Gangsta.
for Young
And
Gangsta.
YG is opening for Kendrick Lamar,
Who's
is
the big cheese?
ridiculous
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
And what's his big song that we should know?
He has a lot. He has
Kendrick?
Element. He has Humble.
What's the
I actually know
Gravity?
How does it go? How does it go?
He's
Sing a
I'm not
little.
gonna-
Come
I'm
on.
not
Just
gonna
give me a
do that.
shitty song. I just sing
One
it
of
shitty.
his big ones is sit down, be humble, sit down, be humble, repeat. Sit
yeah,
down, be,
yeah,
it's-
and then add a
it's-
beat to it.
That
Yeah.
doesn't sound that interesting. Sit down, be
Bitch,
humble.
Did you know any of
Bitch,
these songs
sit
before
down.
the tour?
No.
Bitch,
I
sit
didn't
down,
know
be
who Kendrick
humble.
Lamar was.
Bitch,
Bitch, back it up. Remember
Daddy?
that song?
Now I
sit
knew
down.
I knew there was a song that was "Fuck Donald Trump," and I knew that there was a song that
Elevate,
existed.
elevate. That's a big. That's
Elevate
One
is
of his,
his
Elevate's
big
one.
song?
Of his. You know,
Humble,
Patty.
Elevate.
You know, Elevate.
I like the song by him called "The Element." I like that one a lot.
The Element?
and there's another one.
How
he's
does
slow
it go?
one he does.
I don't think you even
I
know
can't
his
sing
song.
it.
Yeah, because you don't
There's
even know
another.
his
I can't
songs.
act block. There's another one called that he does called "Love" or something
Yeah,
something.
sure.
He's
Okay,
got a
yeah.
slow one.
I'm glad you were there for 2 weeks and you don't know one fucking song.
know,
All right.
I know.
So you go on the bus. How'd you
Yeah.
get the job? Okay, how do you get a gig? First of all, you're Donald Trump. Maybe a little Trump before we get into the.
No, God.
Come
please,
on, one thing. Say what you said on the air for Donald Trump, though.
no. On the air. What
I
do you
mean, on the air.
what are you talking
What?
about?
I feel
You
like
Rich
I.
Voss is Donald Trump.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be completely fantastic, okay? So amazing, unbelievably, fantastically amazing. Big league, okay? Okay? I love women. You're bleeding out of every hole. Look at you.
Their
Okay.
acts are kind of similar, actually.
Yeah, I like it. So he contacts you, or you contact him. That you.
No, they contacted me.
They saw you.
I think YG was had the song "Fuck Donald Trump." He was doing a concert. They just did a big tour in Australia, and he would actually have a video in the background of Donald Trump on the stage, like a big video. And then they had a pinata at one point. He would bring up people on the stage, and they would beat the
No, they
pinata.
wouldn't.
Yes, yes.
That
Isn't
is
that hilarious?
hilarious.
Yeah, and gold coins would come out.
I'm not good with song symbolism. What does fuck Donald Trump mean? What's that about?
Yeah, I guess it's just.
I can't read into the lyrics. What is it about?
I guess it's figurative.
Yeah.
I think it means help me in the hood. Help
Okay.
me in
But
the
here's
hood.
what I love. They go fucking crazy when he's singing "Fuck Donald Trump." And how many people are in the room?
So, 20,000.
20,000. The venue. The venue.
You're jumping ahead of yourself.
Did anyone
Oh,
think you
okay.
were really him or no?
What?
Did anyone think you were really him?
I'd probably say half the audience.
You know what Kevin said to me? Weren't you
I
afraid
threw-
someone
do
would
you know
kill you?
In Miami, I threw 3,000 people out of the country. The job went to my head. It went to my head. Get out. You got to get out. Enjoy the show because you're leaving right after the show. We're going to throw you right the fuck out. We're going to throw you right out. Awful, awful people. But I'm not Mexican. I'm Cuban. Same thing. You both live on water. Get the fuck out.
Wait.
So I had they saw me online. So YG, very smart, was like, I want to have a actual Donald Trump on before the song instead of a dumb video. I mean, the video is fine, but
Yeah.
he wanted something that would be more, shocking. So they looked up Donald Trump. They found me, and then the guy, his tour manager reached out to me and was like, "Hey, we got this tour, 15 cities, 21 days, sold out arenas, 20,000 people in arena.
I'm
Kendrick Lamar,
in!"
YG, and this other guy, I forgot it, Nipsey Hussle or something.
Nipsey
And
Hussle.
whatever it is. And they're like, and I was like, wow. And they're like, it's like in a week. And I'm like, and I was like, oh shit, like this is so soon. And I was going to Boise, Idaho, and I've been gone so much for like the last 3 months.
I know, you go
and
anywhere.
I was like, and then I was like, what do I do? And I'm like, it's too big of an opportunity not to do
So
it.
you canceled all your shit.
I didn't really have anything. My August was slow, and I'm like, I could do city stuff, and I'm like, you know
You
what?
had to do it, though.
I had to do it, and I was like,
performing in front of 20,000.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
and I was
come
like, exactly. I just got to do this.
So, okay,
So then, boom! Within a week, I made the decision. We worked out, negotiated a price. Boom!
Which
I went.
was
which was
I'm kidding.
a decent amount of money. Not a lot of money. A decent amount of money.
Okay.
But really more about.
It was a bringer show, though. Yeah.
I had to bring 20,000 people to the show, which was horrible.
It's a lot.
So then I show. So then and
if
if
you
it was like an unknown
10,000
artist. It was like, do you want to
999.
open up for MC?
Yeah, I was going to do a
Dildo?
little joke.
I would
You
probably
talked
not
right
do
over
it.
me. Go ahead. What?
No, if it was like the guy I didn't know, I wouldn't do it. But the fact that this was, I mean, YG
Yes.
is huge, and Kendrick Lamar is, right now, like he's just like a meteor. You know, he's blowing up. Yeah, he's
Kendrick
he's
Lamar.
of your day, he would be like
Who?
the Bill Cosby of your day. Like that's how big he is right now.
All right, so now I have a question.
Yeah.
So you get the gig.
Yeah.
Do they tell you what you can or can't say? Or
Nope,
you
no,
so
they wanted
go,
it as raunchy as possible. Not raunchy, but outrageous as possible.
Did you? I was going to ask because sometimes when you do it, you say the blacks.
Right.
Did you say that during?
I said the Porch Monkeys.
You did not.
No, I didn't. No,
Did you say the blacks?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Well, they want.
They boo him.
YG.
They
to
booed
his
him
credit,
the whole time he's
They
up
do.
there. It's hilarious.
I saw that. Yeah.
So Eric knows. I flew out to. We started in Anaheim, then it was San Jose, Sacramento, then we went right across the country: Utah, Colorado, Ohio, Newark, Canada, and then ended
There's
up
hip hop fans
Charlotte.
in Utah.
Huh?
There's hip hop fans.
Yeah, we didn't do a show there. We just had we had a layover.
Wait a minute. Are they white hip hop fans in Utah, or are they actually
we were
black
in
people?
Nebraska, and the audience was probably 80%, 90% white.
Really?
And they are huge. You understand? Kendrick Lamar, his audience are like college kids.
Yeah.
They're like college. and
okay.
People there with some people were there with their kids. Like I'm a dad with his like 12-year-old.
Really?
Yeah, which is crazy.
So his lyrics must not be
His
like
lyrics
rough.
are no, they're YG's lyrics are very. YG is from like the streets, and he's like from like he's from the rough part of Compton. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the real deal. He's not like a guy who's manufactured. Like, oh, we're gonna make him act like he's like a gang member. Like he's lived amongst that world. That's his world.
So
his music's very hard, like hardcore, and then Kendrick Lamar is much more mainstream, I would think.
So you walk
Gotta be
out.
careful what I say, so they don't kill me. I might be going out there again Sunday.
But Kendrick Lamar is very respected in the community too. Like,
Yes,
as
he's a
musician.
writer. He's
Yeah.
a really good writer. He writes very thoughtful.
Wait, you're going up again? You're going to work for
I
them
might
again?
go Sunday to do 45,000 people at a festival. It's called
Oh
the,
my
the
God.
Day Night Festival.
Yeah, but now, but are you afraid that they might, like, somebody crazy might storm the
Yeah, it's
stage
scary, yeah.
and, like,
Yep,
beat the
yep,
shit out of you
yeah.
because you're Donald Trump?
Yeah, I mean, you're worried that someone would be that dumb that they would think that is that really him? This is my opportunity. You mean I just got a slight pat down and I'm in here and now I can actually jump this
What would
guy?
be your
Sure.
move? Because you do some of the jiu-jitsu.
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah. You can look at his face. You can defend yourself.
I'd rather go back and talk
Is
about
that where you were?
bringer shows.
Is that
Yeah.
why? Is that where you were earlier? You said you
No.
were at the gym.
I just went and did cardio today.
Cardio.
Cardio, yeah.
You work out every day?
Not every
Eric,
day.
do you work
4 or
out?
5
Eric's in
days a
very
week.
good shape, very thin.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Why is it if you're thin, you're in good shape? This fucking guy doesn't do anything. He's just thin.
He
So
looks.
don't
He has
call
a
him in
very
good shape.
boyish look. Like you look at Adam. Adam looks like he's 20 because he's got a boyish body. This guy, Eric, has a boyish body.
What does that mean?
You've got a a man body.
Well, I think that's
Does that mean-
insulting.
That means I have
That's not
that means
insulting.
I have a gut and I have a skid mark in
and
my
you have
underwear.
a penis apparently because
No,
I shit my pants and I have a gut.
no, you're in
Piece of
good
shit.
shape. You're very
well,
muscular.
I work hard. I work hard at it.
How often?
4 days, 5 days. When I'm on, 4 or 5 days a week if I can.
Really?
At
Okay.
least 4.
Wait.
What?
So you go out on stage. Wait, I don't want
Right.
to lose this.
Okay. So
What do you say as Donald Trump?
I
What
really
do you
wish
say? Your
Carrie
opening
Car-
line.
I wish Carrie Carravas was here.
Why?
No, because you wouldn't get a word in.
Did I say Carrie Carravas wasn't here? Shit. I forgot to say that up front.
They realize it. They've been listening to you not shut up.
Oh, my God. Well, let me explain to them why. Because people tune
I'll
in
tell
for
you
Carrie
why. Can I say
Carravas.
something before you do it? Let me do it. It's more appropriate. Because you're her co-host. Carrie, everybody, is not here because she's losing interest in the show.
That is not true.
And
That
so
is not
she's slowly removing herself because she's
Oh
seeing
my
that this
God.
is going nowhere.
No. Okay, here's the real reason. Carrie Carravas' daughter, first of all, has a fever and the flu. Okay. Secondly, she fired her cook and her waitress quit. Okay, that's secondly and thirdly.
So you should have had the cook on today. I told you that.
Fourthly, she's throwing a bridal reception dinner tomorrow for 200 people, and she's doing it herself. Okay, so that's why. Carrie, I can't believe I forgot to say that up front. I was so busy.
But thanks for tuning in,
yelling
Carrie,
at
and
him.
watching the show, but not showing up. 'Cause
She's
you have
not
the time
watching
to do
the show,
that.
is she?
Probably.
We should see. Can you bring up my thing, Adam, and then I'll see
No
if
one's
anybody asks us
no
any
one's
questions.
watching.
Somebody
Anyway.
might be asking
I'm
questions.
kidding, I'm kidding.
We'll see if they're.
I'm
Okay,
kidding.
so what's
You
the
know
first
I'm
thing you
kidding.
say when you go out?
So
it's a crowd. 20,000 people. They're
So
booing
a lot
you.
of people think they're like. So anyway, we started the tour, and every place is unbelievable. Did I show you the videos? Like Erik saw them. Do you see the videos?
Yes,
Like,
very fun.
insane crowds. And
Were there any Trump supporters there?
yeah, actually there were.
And what do they do?
In Charlotte, there were a lot of Trump supporters. So why there's an opening act, Nipsey Hussle, whatever his name is, and then
Is it really?
you have really that, yeah. and then YG, he does like 20, and then YG comes out and does a 40-minute set, and his last song is "Fuck Donald Trump," and then right before his last song, I come out as Trump, and the stage goes black. So he just does his last song. They think it's over, and then all of a sudden the black. I walk out into the middle of that part of the stage, of the stage, and then there's the ramp that goes out into the middle of the audience. I walk all the way out to the tip of it, and it's black, and they're seeing me in the darkness. They see the silhouette, the hat, and already as I'm walking out, you hear people going, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck Donald Trump, fuck Donald," and already it's like from the front row all the way to the back, there's this wave of people as they realize that Donald Trump is walking out, and you just hear the slow, like, just people are like, you hear people like, talking to each other, yelling. Then you hear people all slowly, it's fuck Donald Trump. Then everyone, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And then all of a sudden, it's just waves of people going, fuck you, fuck you. And then I walk out, and then boom, the light's on me, and now everyone sees it's Trump all the way in the back.
Oh
and I got I'm playing it like Trump clapping, and it's all about me, right?
Yeah,
That's what Trump would do. It's like they're booing, but he doesn't look at it like they're booing him. He looks at it like, oh, they're booing the rappers, and he's waving, and he's saluting, and he's doing the thumb, and he's clapping, and then he tells everyone, we're going to make America great again.
Do it as him. What's your first line?
We are going to make America great again, folks. We're going to do it. Believe me. We're going to do it. Look at this crowd. What a crowd. My God. This crowd is an unbelievable crowd. We're getting amazing turnouts. This crowd is almost as big as the KKK meeting I just came from. Almost as big, believe me. And they're good people.
Did you get,
You
get
did
groans
not
on
say
it?
that.
I said that.
Did people
Oh,
freak
my
out when you
God.
said that?
And oh yeah, they're booing. You fucking asshole.
Like wrestling, really.
And then right. And then I'm like, look at the women in this crowd tonight. Beautiful women. My God, they're beautiful. I am going to grab so many pussies here tonight. I can't believe it.
Oh my God.
So many pussies. When I was in Miami, I go, I'm going to grab so many pussies so deep, plantains are going to be pulled out. Believe me.
You didn't say that.
Did that guy why'd you watch you at all?
Yeah. He's watching me he's on the side of the stage, watching me on the monitor, and then he's waiting for me for the right time because they're booing and booing and booing, and he's waiting for the height of the anger
Yes.
and this just abhorrence toward me, and then he comes running out and he's like, "Fuck Donald Trump," and all of a sudden I look all scared and nervous, like, what the hell's that? And then there he is, and he comes out with his other there's two other guys with him, a DJ and another rapper, Slim. And they come and they start chasing me, and I waddle off the stage. It's great. And credit to him, because it was his idea, I believe, YG, to go, hey, let me get a real guy out here and make this really, audience participatory. And that's why, it's working. It was a big hit. That was probably the best part of his show. I mean, by the way, I like his music a lot. I didn't know anything about his music. And his stuff is good. And when you hear music like that...
YG you're talking about.
Yeah.
Do you like him more than Van Halen?
No. And, no fucking way.
You ever hope that Van Halen does a fuck Trump song?
Yeah.
Exactly.
When you hear music live, it's funny. You don't really have to be in a certain type of music, but when you hear live music, you go,
It's so
it's
different.
good.
It's so different.
And it was great. And I started... Now I know the songs, and I actually downloaded a few. They're good, so...
Really?
So that's what it was. But the crowd,
and they line up to take pictures with you.
They line up. I have to tell you, I'm talking like Trump now. I have to tell you.
Dude is
I'm going
Trump.
to say it. I have to
blacks love
tell
you?
you. I have to tell you that they're lining up all the way back to the end of the arena, folks. Very big crowd, unbelievable crowd, beautiful crowd, a lot of blacks. But they would line up, and I'd walk. After I would get off, no one ever. I was so afraid I was going to get shot one night. I really did. But they have very tight security. Very tight security.
Yeah, that's probably the safest place to be.
But then I would walk. The great, beautiful thing about it is I would leave, and after like the third night, I was like, I want to go out and like see what the reaction is, because what happens is when he's done, they have an intermission for like 30 minutes. They set up the stage for Kendrick Lamar, and so the curtain comes down and the lights are on. So it's like a big cafeteria. It's all lit up, the whole arena. And I was like, I got to walk out and see what people thought, because I'm a narcissist. We're comedians.
I
want the love. I just worked for you fuckers. So I walk out there.
This is where I would be afraid they'd beat the shit out of me.
Well, again, I was worried, like I don't know what was going to happen, and I walk out, and the first night I walked out, we were probably out in California, San Jose, and people were literally, as I'm walking, they're like running, like grabbing me. They're trying to grab me for pictures. And they're coming down from the rafters, from like upper level. They're running down with their phones. Can I get a phone? And for the next 30 minutes, I must have taken like 150 photos.
During the intermission.
Yeah, and people are just lining up. And every show, I would walk out, and people are like just lining up, like 20 deep. And they're coming down from and you didn't have they're pulling at you. And then
it's a great Facebook picture.
The celebrity that you're getting pulled in all direct. People are just like grabbing you and being like,
maybe you should. Could you do a stage dive next time?
I would. I'm afraid no one would catch me because I'm Trump.
That would be really bad.
They would catch Bill Clinton, but they won't catch me. Very sad. Very sad. They would catch fat, crooked Hillary. Boy, she crooked. She is. That's what I did one night. I said, oh, they're booing. They're booing. Look at the boos. They're crooked Hillary lesbians, everybody. That's what they are. They're crooked. Grab them by their flannel shirts. Throw them out. Throw them out. Don't hurt them, but throw them out.
Okay, now tell us about the bus.
So we lived on a bus.
You live on a bus, and you're
So
living on a bus with people you don't know.
I thought
He bonded with them
when
though.
this tour
did?
happened, and Rory, the tour manager, was great.
Rose Garten?
No,
Okay. Not him.
No, a successful guy. And kidding, don't even know Peter Rosegard.
Jokes.
But I hate managers. But anyway, Rory was very, very great, and a lot of these guys know each other because they do these tours all the time. And what I did learn is that when you see an artist, you forget about the whole crew and the rigs and the trucks and the buses that are all setting up for these artists, and their life is like it's like those guys that
a circus.
It's like
Setting up the big tent.
Yes, or those guys that live like on a rig, on an oil rig, or a submarine. It's like every day they have a job. They have to, from the moment they leave the rig, they go in and they're working all day, setting everything up, sound checks, and putting together all these structures and all the media, because there's a lot of media and screens and video and LEDs. It's a lot of work. And so a lot of these guys, this is their life. They live all around the country, and they get a phone call from a tour manager going, look, I need a lighting guy. I need a guy that's going to be the sound guy. I need production guys. And they put together a crew, and they work together a lot. So
but
I was the odd man
out.
out.
Bus?
I'm on.
Yeah.
So that we had like 8 buses. Kendrick Lamar had like 6 buses. We had 2, and YG is on another bus with a bunch of his.
So you're not
friends.
in with any of the big stars.
I am on.
You're with the help.
I'm not on the bus. Well, it's probably good that I'm
It was
not
a very
on with
quiet
YG.
experience, right?
Because I'm on a bus with his two rappers that are on stage with him.
What are their names?
Slim
Do you even know?
and
Nipsey
the other guy I
Russell?
forgot. DJ.
DJ something?
DJ food stamp. And
Stop it! It's
why would you
terrible.
say that?
Stop.
I'm
I'll
kidding.
take credit because I want you
Why-
to still get to work.
I'm kidding. I think I don't know what his name. I forgot. But his
Okay.
Dram or something.
Dram?
I
You
don't
said
know.
some of the
You were
guys
on a
were
bus
actual,
with him for 2 weeks?
I get the
You
names
don't know they
confused.
should have had name
But
tags
he was.
for you.
They were both very talented,
Yes.
talented guys, and they were on the bus with us, and they both had their own careers. Like they don't just work. Like see, that's another thing about rap, or hip hop. A lot of times you have the main guy, and then he brings in his friends, and they're on the tour, but they're not like his open. They have their own careers. They have their own albums.
Oh, okay.
It's weird like that. There's a lot of collaboration in the hip hop world.
So they don't sing together. They come out.
They
he
come
does
out, they
his
sing
little song,
together,
next
they
day
sing.
does his little
Right,
song.
but then after this tour, they'll go do their own thing. The YG's not always with
okay.
these same guys.
Okay, so they're rappers. You're a white guy.
Yeah.
From where the hell are you from?
Where am I from?
New Jersey or something?
No,
Long
Connecticut,
Island.
Danbury,
Oh,
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
And
and how did you
hard.
fit in with the rappers?
And now these guys, I
Why am I
didn't
yelling?
know.
Did they smoke any weed?
There's a lot of when you go on any tour,
Yes.
there's a lot of smoking. There's a lot of pot on any tour.
But in the bus,
And a
you
lot of
gotta
these-
breathe that shit in.
Well, it's it's what you signed up for.
Oh my
At the end of the day, you're joining. I'm joining them. I have to adapt to their lifestyle for the 3 weeks. I can't go in there and go, well, I don't like this. At the end of the day,
But you don't drink
it
and you
sucks.
don't smoke.
I don't drink, and that's probably hard for me because most people would have probably quit because. It's not. First of all,
It's hard to
let's
make
talk about
friends,
the
let's
bus.
be honest.
Let's talk about the bus. How many people out there
Erik.
can live on a bus?
I can't.
For 3 weeks. That's not easy. Now I'm gonna keep adding layers. So a lot of people can't.
You didn't make friends. Let's be honest. The
These
black guys,
guys,
they
no,
didn't like
it's
you.
Let's
be honest.
These
Well, you're
guys.
gonna say that some of them were gang members.
They,
Actually,
well, look, these guys are from Compton, which
Yes.
is which is a very, but now it's gentrified. But as we know, Compton at one time, that's where I think the big guys, like the big rappers,
yeah,
came out.
Dre and all those guys.
Right. So these guys, they're all grew up in that lifestyle, and they are the real deal. And he brings a lot of his friends on the tour, and
Did they think you
they're
were
much
funny?
different than I am.
Did they get your humor?
No, no. I made a gay joke, and then they
Tell
thought
that story.
I don't know what I was being. They were making a joke like, "Oh, Trump," They at no point did they ever refer to me by my name, which
They
fucking
called you Trump?
pissed me off the whole time. Because look, I'm a human being under this blonde. Flumpy wig.
Orange makeup.
I'm a boy with feelings.
And with
And
a
the whole time,
a beating heart.
They would just be like, "Yo, what's up, Trump?" The show's over. It's like after the show, we're in the cafeteria. "What up, Trump? What up, Trump? Yo, what up, Trump?" And I'm like, "Yeah, guys, I was on. I remember it's Bob. It's Bob. Okay, Trump." Trump, and then they'd be yelling at me like I'm Trump, even when I'm not in the makeup, going, "Trump, man, you want to throw everybody? You won't even fucking like black people, Trump. Trump, do a video. You say it right now. Say the N-word. Say the N-word. Transgender." She said that, and then I went, and then they're like, "Oh, Trump, transgender, Trump is gay," or something. And then as a joke, I went across the room to Buddha, who I really liked, and who's a really nice guy. And Buddha is like a 26-year-old, and he's like this. He's funny because he's either always smoking or eating.
Is he fat? He's
actually
If your name is Buddha, you gotta be-
He'd be kinda fat.
he's not fat. He looks like he could be, but he's actually just a big guy.
That's what guys always call other fat guys big.
Yeah.
No,
Ever
that's
notice
not
that?
true.
Men
I
always
call
say that.
people. I love calling people fat even when they're not fat. I'm not calling him that because I'm
Okay.
on fucking radio.
And you
And
wanna
I
work
might
for
go
them
back out
again.
there,
That's
and I'm
right.
not
So he's
going to
big.
get Buddha mad at me.
He's big. Okay,
He,
so what do you
he's
say to
not
Buddha?
fat. He's just a big. He's
So you
big.
go across, you walk across
So I
the
walked
floor.
across, and I had the wig on, and I pretended like as if I was going down.
You get down on your knees like you're going to...
I
Go
kind of
down.
leaned down and put my hand on his knees like I was
his
gonna
hand on
blow
his
him
knees?
because
You're
they
gonna-
said I was gay Trump, and I was like, "Yeah,
man.
this is what. Get a video." I go, "Get a video of this." I went like this, and that's all I did. It was just that.
Yeah, but your hands are on his legs.
Right,
Yeah.
and
That
then
was a
the whole
mistake.
room erupted in like shock and fury, like, "Yo, what the fuck? Yo, what the fuck?" motherfucker?" And they're like, "What the fuck?" And they're like bending down and shit, like, doing a lot of like they're just trying to get rid of like a cloud in the room. Like, what the fuck? And then one of them got mad at me. Slim got mad later at night. He was like, he was just like, you
What'd he say?
can't be doing that shit, motherfucker. Hey, we don't do that shit where we come from. And I'm like, what? It's a
joke.
Slim, it's a joke. I look. Are you gay? No. Am I gay? No. It was a joke. That's why it's a joke. If I was really gay doing that, then you could probably be more offended thinking this guy's really trying to hit on me. I'm not gay. That was the joke. It was
You
ridiculous.
have to explain it that long.
And
It's
I have a
wrong.
wig on. I'm wearing a wig and then the other guys were trying to defend me. The other white guys were like, "No, Bob's in character.
I like the white guys.
He's in
defend you.
character." And one guy was from Minnesota. He was a really nice guy, so he was like really like just like easygoing guy. He's like, no, Bob's just, in character, Slim. And he's just, really just doing what Trump would do. And I'm like, dude, no, Trump would not try to blow Slim. I was doing it as a comedian. I was getting offended that he wouldn't give me credit as a comedian, that I was just being silly in that one moment. And Slim was like, we don't do that shit in my neighborhood. So now I'm getting all like, because I feel like he's attacking me. So now I'm getting all like, well, dude, now I'm like, well, we don't do that shit. Well, really? Well, in my neighborhood, now I feel like we're comparing neighborhoods. I go, in my neighborhood in New York City,
with white people,
where they keep it real. I actually said where we keep it real
because
I heard that like in a song like years ago, like New York, we keep it real. Like I felt like I was doing like a commercial for the UFC. As real as it gets. And I'm like, we keep it real in New York, and where we are, it's a joke and it's funny. It ain't gay. It's just funny. And he's like, well, where I'm from in my hood, we don't do that shit. And he kept going on and on and on, and I kept trying to explain it. And the more I explained it, the more he got mad at me. And so there was like tension in the room. And then his buddy was mad at me
because did that last?
Huh?
Did that last till the end
About
of the tour?
5 days it lasted. Like, he thought I was gay. Then I was thinking, did they think I'm gay because I wear the wig?
Do.
Do they think I'm being? Then I'm being.
If you have to explain,
I got so self-conscious after that.
Because you put your hands on his legs. And,
not even Slim. Buddha didn't give a fuck. Buddha was laughing.
Wait, so you didn't blow? Wait, you blew Buddha?
No, I didn't blow anybody.
Oh, okay.
Bent down and pretend it was
like
a joke.
you almost blew him.
Like I leaned in, like I was with the wig on, like I go get a picture of it, and Buddha just was like, "Oh, that's fucked up." But Slim got mad at me. Slim was furious.
And Slim, you didn't even try to blow.
And by the way, Slim is Slim is hilarious.
He is.
They're
Why
hilarious.
wouldn't he get your humor then?
I know. Because I actually felt bad because I was like, he doesn't get my humor, and now like I'm like a nice guy, and I'm not a jerk, and I would never violate anybody. And I was trying to make him feel better. I go, Slim, you don't understand. And where I come from, not only is that a joke, but in my I come from, I go, that's nothing. I go, there's actual guys that are white guys that actually do shit that's inappropriate. And he's like what? When we talking? I'm like, there are guys that I went to high school with that would come up from behind you, walking in the halls, and they'd grab your ass. Or there's always that guy that would tap your crotch.
We talk about that.
And I would be like...
as a joke, but they're really tapping your crotch.
Right.
Like
and then I would be like,
dude,
you fucking just violated me, and now you wanted to punch him right out?
Yeah.
So I go, dude, I didn't do that to you. I was actually trying to make him feel better.
How long was this conversation going on for?
Yeah, this is because
Days.
on the podcast, it's too fucking long for the podcast, even.
That's why I didn't sleep. For days it went on.
So wait a minute.
I'm pretty sure they all think you're gay.
So,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
So after that, they didn't invite you out with them or to do anything.
It was
shunned you.
It was a very
They shunned
rough,
you.
It was a rough. So I want to tell you the layers of how
Gay
hard
lips.
of living on a bus is. Imagine living on a bus with just by yourself and sleeping on a bus for 3 weeks. That would suck, right? Now you'll try living. Now the next layer. Try living on a bus that's moving, and you have to sleep on a moving bus going 80 miles per hour through hills and mountains and all. You're sliding all over. You're like, I'm gonna be dead at any moment. And I won't even be dead. I won't be awake to be dead. We're going to hit a truck and I'll be dead. So then you got that. Then imagine living on a bus with 11 people that don't like you.
And they think
you're
trying to blow them.
You can't. And they think you're gay. And they're from a very, very hard place.
And you're white,
where
too.
they don't accept you because of your color. They're racist toward you.
Yes.
Not me. They don't want to. They don't even acknowledge you. So they don't acknowledge you. They just nod at you and walk by you, and you go to your bed and you lie there and you just huddle up like a turtle and hope for the morning.
Wasn't one of the guys looking for a cell phone? You were telling me.
Oh, one of them. He was like, no. One of them. He thought he goes, yo, I dropped money in your bunk.
No,
he what?
didn't.
He goes, you see a 20? I go, no. He goes, well, I dropped $20 in there. I go, what, were you playing the slots? Because I don't. There's no money in my. There's no money.
He's trying to get you to give him 20.
So I felt like he was like trying
He
to
was
like,
scamming
yeah,
you.
it's
He was
scamming
scamming
me,
you.
or then he really
This
thought.
is the guy you're living with
now
on the
one guy
bus?
thinks I'm gay, the other guy thinks I'm the thief. I was like, this was like, it was just.
That
frightening.
is a
Did
horrible.
someone's cell phone go off though, or something
What?
like that? And they wouldn't answer.
Oh, one guy's cell phone went off, and the way to do it, if you're on a bus with 11 people and you're all been up all night and you're sleeping, you're getting the little sleep that you have to get to the next city, it's very appropriate that if someone's phone goes off, you don't lean over and quietly go, hey, your phone's ringing. You scream, yo, motherfucker! Yo, turn your fucking phone off, motherfucker! Yo, we's all fucking trying to sleep. And then meanwhile, You're
Now
like,
you're
well,
awake.
we's all awake now because you just yelled. I didn't even hear the phone. Actually, that phone was kind of low.
We
It was,
were asleep.
You're yelling, turn
No,
the
we're-
motherfucking phone off, motherfucker. I think that's what woke everybody up. I'm not just
It was
saying.
just like 3 in the morning.
I'm just saying, yeah.
That's
4:30
horrible.
at 5
And you're
in the
going
morning.
back. You're going to go back. Okay, wait a minute.
I
We only
might
have
go-
5
well,
minutes.
Maybe not after
have-
this.
Right now, what about his father for catching a masturbating story? Do we have time?
I thought we was an hour and a half show.
It is, but you're half an hour late, motherfucker.
Oh,
so
wait,
we're-
wait. But is there another show coming in here? Is that why?
no, he has another
Oh,
show.
I'm
That's
sorry,
why
I'm
it was
sorry.
a
I'm
3:30
sorry. I feel horrible.
call time. No, he's got all the sound stuff. Yeah. No, so tell your masturbation story quick, and we got to go. We'll have to do shit
could-
stories another
But we
time.
can save masturbation for next time.
Yeah.
you know. We can do it next time. I can come back another week. I can come back and we'll save it.
But people have been waiting for the masturbation story. The shit story. Okay, while you do that, you can tell. Okay.
He's a piece of shit.
He's going to
He is
masturbate.
What a
the
piece of
nicest
shit.
fucking
Yeah,
guy
that guy is.
that he put up with you
I
being
gotta go.
a half
All
an
right.
hour late.
He's got to go. Where is he going?
See, if you were on time, we would have the masturbation
fuck
story
is he
and
going?
the 2 shit stories.
Why can't he
Your
stay?
shit story and
Where
my
does he
shit
go? Was
story.
he a lawyer? Or was
He has other podcasts.
Oh.
He's
Why are
very
you doing this?
Okay,
Well,
quick,
well,
tell
I'm
your
sure
story
this
because
one's
he's
not
taking.
top of the list.
We were one of his first. We were one of his first.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're masturbating in your bedroom. How old are you?
24.
How old are you?
Now he's like 13.
13. Okay, and you're masturbating.
I was not masturbating, okay? I was in my room, and a lot of people don't understand this, but
You didn't lock the
when,
door.
when I was young, okay, a lot of guys, like, they call it pulling their pud, you know?
Yeah.
Do it. Show me how you do it. A lot of guys pull their pud.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I used to rub, okay?
You go
Some
face
guys-
down on the pillow. I know.
I would rub against
I know a girl who does
lay
that.
on my bed and rub against the bed.
a
That's
little-
how I would do
That's
it.
a little girly.
That's not girly. It's getting good. You work your hips.
Your hands do not have strong
No,
arms.
I don't grab because it's stupid. It's my hand. It feels
like
stupid.
a dog does it? Like,
Just
you know,
rub. You put the fuck. You lay
And
on
then
your
you
bed
get the
naked.
sheets all messy
and
and
you
stuff.
do that.
You rock?
Do that. You do that.
Ew! You said you don't violate people. You just grab my hair. Now
So
I
anyway,
think you
I
are
would
violating.
rub, and then I remember like I was 13, and I woke up, and I was very aroused. I don't know why. I wasn't doing anything. I was just aroused, and I was getting dressed, and I wasn't doing anything. And my dad was outside mowing the lawn, and he came in to get, I guess, a drink, and he left the mower on idle so you could hear it.
So you think he's still mowing the lawn?
man.
So I still think he's outside.
Almost over.
And he comes in, and all of a sudden, I was inside, standing in my room.
Standing? You're masturbating standing?
I wasn't masturbating. I was just fully aroused.
Oh,
I was just
oh.
about to start the rub, the big rub, I used to call it. So I was getting ready to do the big rub, and I'm laying there. I'm standing up. I'm about to get on my bed. I'm putting all the pillows together, coming up with my fantasy. 1 pillow, small boobs. 2 pillows, big boobs. And Denise
Okay,
is calling.
okay,
Every
quick.
time I tell a story about doing anything sexual,
Okay.
she fucking
She knows.
All right,
watches me.
so turn it off and tell.
Unbelievable.
He's got to leave. So tell your story.
So
Let me do
anyway,
this.
my
we go.
dad came in, and all of a sudden,
He sees you with a heart on.
no, you're ruining it. The door was locked, supposedly locked. He came in to get a drink, and all of a sudden, I hear, "Open the door." Dad, I'll be right out. Open this door, Dad. I'm getting dressed. Open the goddamn door, and I was like, "I'll be right out." All of a sudden, I thought it was locked. I looked over, and the knob's turning like a horror film, and it wasn't locked. And I just see it turning, and I didn't have time to get to the door to lock it. The door flies open. I'm completely naked, aroused, fully erect, like a drawbridge in Connecticut.
And
I
you're
turn
13.
around. I'm looking out my window. He's looking at the back of my butt, and he stands there, which felt like an hour and a half. And I thought, I would have laughed. If that was my son, I'd laugh and be like, "Oh, my dude, come out. I need help raking. When you're done, come out." Well, he stood there, my dad, and he went, and he got violently angry. And he just stood there for like a minute, and he went, "Turn around.
No, he didn't.
Turn around." And I went, "No."
The story takes a turn.
And he slammed the door, and he stormed out. That's a true story.
Why did he want you to turn
I don't know.
around?
I don't know.
Wait, to face him or to turn away?
Face him to show him like
Oh,
like
you're
I'm
The
hiding
shame.
Your
something.
shame.
The shame.
Yeah.
That is the saddest. Okay, we
Yep.
shouldn't have closed. That was actually the saddest.
Horrible.
That was even a sadder story. I remember it being funny.
And
the
I was
first
home
time.
like about a year ago, and same thing happened. But this time I did turn around. I said, "Yeah, come get it."
But then also, when that
Wow.
happened, didn't Rich Voss come into the room after that?
Okay, so look at that load. Okay, I jerked off. I came in my eye, and I won a stuffed animal.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was a fabulous. Eric, I was going to get to your
That's
problems,
okay.
your intimacy issues
We gotta
with
come
women.
back. We'll come
Yeah,
back.
we'll do
but
that next time.
He was late.
During the shit stories.
So, and then we'll do our shit stories and talk about your women issues. Okay, anything you want to talk about? Anything you're plugging? Thank you. I can't think of words. What the fuck's wrong with me?
Just my Twitter account. So
Your Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay, and your Twitter is what?
at Erik Bransteen.
Braunstein.
How do you spell it?
I spell it a lot of different names.
Spell it, because there's
Bransteen.
BRANSTEEN.
That's for Twitter. EEN.
Okay, Eric with a K.
Yes.
And on Facebook, you're Braunstein, B-R.
No, I'm the same thing on Facebook. He doesn't even know
He
my
didn't
name.
fucking know how to spell.
I don't even
No
know how to
wonder
spell.
I
I don't know how
know.
to spell his name either. So.
I hate Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. He's got to go. So where are you this weekend? Are you anywhere? You're not
with
anywhere.
with the blacks.
Where are
Possibly
He's running
Sunday.
some bring-
Possibly
Oh, you
Sunday
might be
doing
going
the
up there.
day-night
Okay.
festival.
Very good.
55,000 people.
you? Oh my. Okay, we get it.
Possible.
All right. And I'm going to be at.
Don't. Here comes the big.
And
Yeah.
I have to. Could
You
let my
work there.
daughter
You
do-
work there. Talk to
you
Tony.
could let my
I'm
daughter
Talk
do-
to Tony.
I'm glad I started this
He's gonna
fight.
Talk
do
to
5
Tony. I got
minutes.
nothing to do with it.
Bring 6 fucking people.
My God.
All right, is this the end? And Adam Hineker, thank you. And we're at the Comic Strip, live at the Comic Strip. Thank you, Comic Strip, for letting us do this here. Fantastic.
Absolutely
Love
fantastic,
you.
folks.
Eric,
we love
thanks
it.
so much
Great.
for
Absolutely, it's
Okay,
fun.
goodbye. He's 10 minutes late.